Good afternoon, everyone. It's Coach Matt with our Friday workout. Let's begin with 3 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio, and then we're gonna get 2 rounds through this little sequence. The first one is going to be the skill piece for the workout, and that is going to be practicing the kettlebell snatch. I'll use some options for this if the kettlebell snatch just doesn't agree with you. There are people that have trouble doing it without smashing their wrists, all right? And I will show you how to do this the smooth way, and then also the teaching progression for it. But what I like to do is get multiple rounds through, go like higher reps with a lighter weight, moderate reps with a moderate weight, and then a handful of reps with your workout weight. But I'd like for this to be the 53 and the 35 are the RX weights for this workout, okay? So the regular kettlebell snatch is just from the hips to overhead, and it has this smooth, gentle transition into laying down on the back of my wrist and then back to hanging from my hand, right? And the way that that works is if I will pull it back towards me after it has gone above parallel, just a little bit with my shoulder, and then gently push my hand underneath it, it will roll smoothly onto the back of my wrist, right? Now the painful way to do this is just to keep lots of tension in it and then just let it smack on the back of my wrist, and that hurt a little bit when I did that just now, so I'm not gonna do it again, right? I'm just gonna try to lay it down gently on the back of my arm. Another option for this, if I just cannot get that to work, but I still wanna get a really good workout in, I just don't have the skill dialed in yet, is just do a clean and jerk with it. And then another option would be just to do like a dumbbell snatch, right? Dumbbell snatch, there's nothing that can whack your arm with it. We're just gonna go from the hips to the overhead, okay? So all of those are fine, but what we wanna do is that moderate load from the hips to the overhead position using one of those techniques that does not do any damage to my arms, okay? After we get done with practicing that, we're gonna do some stagger stance push-ups. So that's just going to be one hand in front of the other, push up, step forward, push up, step forward, push up, step forward, okay? Just do that for 4 reps on each side, and then find a bar to hang from. We're gonna do a 20-second monkey hang. Try to have those shoulders nice and active, so I'm not letting my shoulders touch my ears. I'm pulling them down away from my head and keeping a nice tight grip for 20 seconds, even if I have to use my tippy toes, okay? So in the workout, the Metcon is a little bit longer, 24 minutes, but it should be a moderate pace metabolic conditioning workout. Starts with those 8 reps of the snatch. You can do them all with one arm and then switch to the other arm, or you can switch every time. It's harder to switch every time with the kettlebell snatch because of the style of the handle, right? So you can totally do all 8 of these on each side and then move on to the next exercise. Next, we're gonna do a kettlebell front rack side shuffle, right? So holding the kettlebell with the handle towards my body, I'm gonna bend my knees, and I'm going side shuffle down, facing the same direction, side shuffle back, right? And the assignment on this is don't ever let your knees be straight. Keep your knees bent the whole time, keep your butt back, right? Stay in that low position, okay? All the way down, all the way back, 80 feet, and then set it down, and then we're alternating rounds. The first round will be a 500-meter row or run, or 400-meter run. The other round will be the opposite one. So if you do row first, then you do run second, and you just keep alternating back and forth. Row 500, run 400, row 500, run 400 at the end of each round, okay? And that's it for the AMRAP. When you finish the AMRAP, there's some optional extra credit, some upper body extra credit, and knee rehab exercise that I'll let you choose through. Get a couple dumbbells. Actually, you're gonna need a string of dumbbells and then a couple bands, all right? So you got all your stuff, with the goal being we're gonna do 2 drops, and we're targeting about 30 reps on those exercises, okay? On the arm exercises. The other one we're gonna do is a heavy object RDL plus double shrug, okay? So now on this one, I'll have 2 heavy-ish dumbbells. So the smart person goes and does all this over at the front near where the dumbbells are, right? The person who just wants extra credit for carrying stuff around the gym can carry them wherever you wanna carry. But this is a great one to team up on, right? Because a lot of the weights will overlap when we do it. Share your weights. This is not for time, it's for quality. So don't worry about like somebody else being in the way when you do it. Just take extra rest and do it when they're done, okay? So the first one is a double kettlebell or dumbbell RDL plus shrug. So I'll have my 2 heavy objects. I'm talking like 70, 80, 85 Romanian deadlift, right? So hips up high, and then shrug, shrug. That's 1. RDL, shrug, shrug. That's 2. I'm going up to 8, okay? When you're done with that, set them down, and now I move to my string of dumbbells, and we're gonna do a dumbbell hammer curl. 2 drops, target 30 reps. So what that means is the number of reps per set will be variable, right? So maybe you get to 12 without stopping. Maybe you get to 8 without stopping, but wherever you stop, you're gonna set the dumbbells down and get the next lighter pair. So I'm doing my dumbbell curls, get to 12, set them down, step forward, get the next lighter set, keep going. I would like there to be less than 5 seconds rest from hitting failure on one set to picking up the next set. And then when you get to the third set, it's just however many reps you can get, and shoot for in the range of 30. So that means if you get 25, that's fine. If you get up to like 35, 38, awesome, great job. But this one, it's not a target of I need to get, if I get 40, I did better, right? If I did 40, then I probably could have started 5 pounds heavier, right? Or similarly, I only got 18. Well, then you need to start like 10 pounds lighter on your first set, okay? That makes sense? So it's just a rough target. Be nearby that and use 2 drops. Then we're doing the same concept for band tricep extension or overhead tricep extension. So now I'll have 2 bands hanging over the rig, right? And or 3 bands, I mean. So I got 3 bands, I'm doing my tricep extension, see if I can get to like 18, 20 reps on my first set, make it really tough. Then I move to my next one, next a little bit lower. Maybe I only get like 12 or 13 reps on this one, right? A little bit easier though. And then I'll go to my third one and finish it out. So I get in the, again, shoot for about 30 rep range. Usually on the tricep extensions, you'll get a little bit more, and that's fine too, but make sure you've got 2 drops in there. The other option for triceps is an overhead extension. So now I've got a dumbbell hanging from my hands, kind of like when we do a dumbbell pullover. I'm just extending my arms, try to point your elbows forward when you do this and get a really big stretch. Touch that dumbbell to the back of your head at the bottom, and then extend your arms overhead. And then again, 2 drops when you do it, shooting for 30 reps. When you're done with that, then there's a list, some of the knee rehab exercises. I'd like to just see a set of whatever it is. This is my go-to, is the front foot elevated split squat, right? And then the other one would be a single leg heel tap, but pick one of these exercises. The third one is a reverse sled drag. If you want to do a round of 1, round of this other one, round of the third one, that's fine too, but get 3 rounds through those ones if you want to do those knee rehab extra credit exercises, okay? And that's it for this Friday. Have a great one, and I'll see you guys for Kalsu tomorrow.